there. Welcome into a Water Break Wednesday presented by Crown Royal. My name is Drew Dougherty, and I'm so happy to be with you. And I'm happy that Deepi Sidhu, my good pal, is with me and you as well. We're going to answer your questions, so please fire away. There's a lot to talk about. GM Nick Caserio just finished a meeting with the media. He talked specifically about Deshaun Watson and whether or not trade speculation came up. And yes, indeed, the Texans did talk about trading. They had various levels of discussions, he said, with teams, not one team in particular, but teams. And he also said they had various levels of discussions about a number of other players as well. So it was a pretty informative time with the press, I thought. Deepi, what'd you gather from that initially?
Hey, Drew, how's it going? Ready for this Water Break Wednesday? I think we heard from Nick Caserio a lot about how the trades are going to work under him. Obviously, he doesn't get into a lot of logistics, but I think the Deshaun Watson situation is one that we were maybe all hoping for a little bit of resolution on. Certainly don't have that yet, but got some answers on some other guys that were traded, like Charles Omenihu and Mark Ingram. And we'll just see how where things go from here, because the nice thing about the trade deadline in the rearview mirror is that now you can focus on the guys that are in the building. We heard about Vernon Hargreaves getting released, so there's 52 on the active roster right now. The final spot, a fluid situation, and Caserio did go into some of the practice squad signings. So we'll continue to watch the situation and see how the Texans make their roster moves as they finish out the second half of the year. It's a little bit more than the second half since it's a 17-game season, but Texans are really all focused on Miami and the Dolphins and really turning this season around.
I'm sorry. Our voices probably sound differently than they normally do. Deepi's voice is about a half octave lower, so nothing has changed as far as what's going on with Deepi's voice. I think it's just an audio thing right now. But anyhow, we're having a good time. We're taking questions from you guys, and we're having problems with some connectivity. So just bear with us, and we'll try to get to as many questions as we can. We got Jessica who wants to know, what is Tyrod Taylor's status? It's a great question, Jessica, and it's another thing and topic that Caserio answered and discussed today with the media. As we heard from David Culley over the last month or so, Taylor, whenever he's healthy enough to play, his hamstring is healthy enough to go, the Texans will play him. He will start. He is the starter, but he just hasn't been healthy enough in their eyes or in his eyes, so he has not played. He's not been activated onto the 53-man roster. So no Tyrod yet, but he will practice today. Don't know how many of the first-team reps he's going to get. However, it will be hopefully sometime pretty soon, because when he played, things went really well for this entire team, not just the offense, but the entire team. He played 3 halves, and the Texans were really rolling when he was in the game. Now, Davis Mills has done some nice things, Caserio said. He's also had some plays that he'd like back as well. And if you take out Mac Jones from this rookie class of quarterbacks, Mills is sort of right in there and competitive along with the rest of that crew, and has done some solid things and, needs to improve upon some things. He would say that. David Culley would say that. Nick Caserio said that this morning. So the short answer to your question, Jessica, is Taylor's getting better. Taylor is practicing, and he might even play as soon as this week, but we don't know for sure. Now, Adam has a good one as well. How many 2021 NFL draft picks do the Texans have? They have 0, because the 2021 NFL draft already happened. But in looking to my left on the whiteboard, 2022 NFL draft, which is this April, that's coming up, the Texans have a pick in every single round except for the 5th. They've got their own first, they've got their own second, their own third, plus they have the 3rd round pick of the Saints that they got in the Bradley Roby deal. They have their own 4th, their own 6th. They have 2 more 6, one from Green Bay and one from the 49ers that came via the Jets, plus Dallas's 7th round pick. So all told, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 picks total in this upcoming draft. And they've got even more in 2023, because they've got 2 other 6 and, well, maybe 3 other 6 and an extra 7th. So they've got a lot of draft capital, and they're probably going to add to that as the 4 or 5 months progress. So just it's a lot of lot of draft picks compared to what we've seen around here over the past 5 years or so. You got to remember they traded up to get Deshaun Watson in 17, so they didn't have a first rounder in 18. They did have one in 19. They took Titus Howard. After the Laramie Tunsil trade, nothing in 20 and nothing last year in 2021 in the first round. So they'll be back in the first round as of right now, and they'll have their pick, and they might have some others as we get a little bit closer. So Michael wants to know, what's the status with Deshaun Watson? Here's the status. Nick Caserio said that the Texans talked with other teams about a trade, but Deshaun Watson is still on the 53-man roster. He still has not practiced. He has not played. And he's been inactive every game. He has been in the building, though, on a regular basis. Caserio talked with Deshaun Watson this morning. They said they had a conversation. So he's still around. He's in the building, but he's not practicing or playing. And that's about all we can really tell you. It's sort of a just the facts type of man, just the facts man type of deal. So he's here, not practicing or playing. Manuel has this one. Will the Texans pass deep more? We'll see. I think if you see Tyrod Taylor in the lineup, you'll see a little bit more of that. His accuracy is a little bit better than Mills, as Mills is still reining that in as time goes on. But, one thing we've talked about this week, he hit Brandon Cooks on the 45-yarder. That was a nice touchdown pass there in the fourth. Now, it was against backups. It was against not the entirety of that first-team defense for the Rams, but it was a nice pitch and catch. And both sides on that one looked really, really good. Nico Collins, the rookie, has done a good job of picking up good chunk yardage over the last 4 or 5 games that he's played. You can go look back, and he's in all but one of those. He's had a touch, or it's not a touchdown, but a reception of 18 to 28, 29 yards or more in every single one of those. So he can get some yardage, and you want to see if that can blossom, and you want to also see if the stuff to Brevin Jordan can blossom. But will they pass deep more? I suppose they might take some more shots, but it's nothing that you can really count on or with certainty say, yes, this is what they're going to do from henceforth and what they're going to be up to as far as that all goes. So we will continue to take all your questions. If you're sending us one, let us know where you're sending it from, and we'll try and get it out there. But we're having a lot of fun doing a Water Break Wednesday with you. And like we said, Nick Caserio, the general manager, met with the media this morning, started off by talking about the Astros and, basically how excellent their season was, how tough it was the way it ended, how energized the city is when the Astros are doing well. And he's right about that. It was a big bummer last night to see it end the way it did. And then he moved on into talking about the lineup and who's on the roster. The team traded away Charles Omenihu, the defensive end, to the 49ers. They also traded Mark Ingram, the running back, to the Saints last week. So he was pretty active. He had 2 trades before the trade deadline, which was on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Central. So no trades coming up in the near future. All right, well, we really do appreciate you checking out this Water Break Wednesday presented by Crown Royal. My name is Drew Dougherty, and for Deepi Sidhu, who had to bow out early, we will get back with you and do this again in 1 week's time. It's going to be the bye week. We might not do it next week. We'll see. But we'll do something fun for you, maybe on a Tuesday. And we'll talk with you again very, very soon. For Tyler Marcotte and Amanda Cappy putting this all together, so long.